Welcome back to Grown Folk Talk with Patrice. We are having an interesting conversation about menopause. Who knew some of this stuff? I know I didn't.
Me too.
This is good stuff. This is
Excellent
great
stuff.
and long overdue. Great information that's long overdue. So I sent a survey out to my social media people, my followers, and told them send me some questions about menopause. So the questions are for Charlene. One question someone said, and we talked about the vaginal dryness, and she said, I've recently been experiencing this and it makes intimacy painful. So what's her answer?
Find out her hormones.
Okay.
Do pelvic floor therapy, which includes, it depends, usually with vaginal dryness comes a lot of tension in the pelvic floor.
Okay.
And doctors just say do Kegels.
Right.
Kegels are not for everybody.
Okay.
You have to have an examination to see which type of Kegels you need. Whether you need relaxation first and then tightening, or you need some manual therapy releasing internally.
Okay.
You need the reuse of dilators get used, or self-therapy doing wands. There's lots of different things depending on what you found with the evaluation.
Okay, that's good to know. And then the bioidentical hormone.
Yes, if that's
could work
necessary.
too? Okay.
Early on, if women come, then a lot of times pelvic floor therapy alone can help.
Oh, okay. Depends on how bad it is. Okay. So someone else said that we talked about the palpitations as well. A girl said, a young lady said she and her friends are all apparently experiencing some form of palpitations. And that's what's been happening with me. As I said, I've had palpitations all my adult life. And suddenly last summer, I was having them all day, every day. And so I'm now on meds for that, for the palpitations. And this is the same thing. And that was on the list. So
Hormones.
So the testing the hormones is really number one, right?
And some people can manage things with mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, holistic type stuff.
Okay.
You can manage sometimes with that.
Oh, okay. Someone else, another question. How long can it last? Someone said, I'm in year 12, maybe 13. Okay. Someone told me the other day she's been at least 25 years.
Well, women are different. So some women will last a few years, and some women will feel like they never had any symptoms.
Right.
And some women will say it'll last till the day you die. And some women will say, I remember that stage, and then I got over it.
Right. So does everybody go through menopause but just don't have symptoms? Because menopause in and of itself is the shifting of hormones. So we all shift, the hormones shift in everybody.
Menopause, the definition of menopause is having stopped having a regular period for at least a year.
Okay.
So once that happens, you're in
menopause. Right. So everybody does go through menopause.
Technically.
Right.
And
everybody has
but
symptoms.
They just don't have the symptoms.
Historically, women didn't live this long.
Right. That's because when we thought they were old, right?
Yeah, for real.
Okay. Oh, so that's good to know. Okay. Someone else said my menopause my menopause started early when I had a partial hysterectomy. However, I was still cutting out caffeine and chocolates would definitely help.
Definitely cutting out sugars help with all kinds of things.
Yeah, and that's my problem too.
Yeah,
sugar is my problem. And I notice a difference when I cut down sugar. I don't like to use the word addicted, but I love sugar, and I have to be cautious because if I start, I keep going. So, and I notice a difference when I make the effort to cut back on it.
When
so
I
it's a
first
trigger.
had hot flashes in my early 40s, it seemed to be diet related. So I cut out the stuff that made it happen and took some homeopathy.
Okay.
And then they seemed to come back again, and it was a different reason. Like the humidity. Whenever humidity is high. Everybody knows what the temperature is.
It was just menopause.
Right. Okay. So we have to be careful with what we're eating. Our diet is very important. Diet's very important, ladies.
Taking time for yourself, mindfulness meditation, not necessarily meditation, but mindfulness activities where you sit, you breathe, you take 5. That's important.
Instead of rushing, because that's what we do. We rush through life, right?
Yes. Busyness stress is still stress.
Right.
When your cortisol goes up, other things it wreaks havoc on your body.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm learning that the hard way.
Take this. I know everybody's getting into yoga and meditation and this and that to try and relax themselves, it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's something, because we say it often, but how often do we do it? So we have to do it. I don't have time. I don't
It
have
should
time.
be a
We
part
have
of
to
life.
Make the time. Not
For
find
yourself,
it, make
yeah.
it. Right.
Yeah, and
A
that's
part
something
of
that we
life.
as women find very difficult. I find.
Yeah, and sometimes we read it as a badge of honor. When
yeah.
really what we're doing is killing ourselves.
killing
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not a
So
badge.
it's not a badge
It's
of
not
honor.
a badge of honor.
No,
That's right.
it's not. Okay, someone said in perimenopause, do you sometimes experience the cramp feeling around the time that your cycle would have been on?
Yes, that can happen.
Right.
That can happen. You can also ovulate if you're not having a period. So
Really?
that's how women get caught on the
That's how people
change.
get-
Whoa,
Yeah.
they get caught- why? Oh, that's how they get caught
Well,
on
because
the change, as they
Because
said.
even young girls that haven't started their period yet, they could still be ovulating,
Right.
but not
okay.
having started. So in the same way, when your period stops, your ovulation doesn't necessarily stop at the same time.
Oh, it's a process.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Wow.
And scary.
And that's how you get caught, right?
That's exactly how you get
Well, at least
caught.
I'm thankful.
Because
past
a
that
lot of
stage.
people don't
Right.
understand
Yeah,
that
me too.
if their period stops for 2 months, it doesn't mean that they're finished.
Right.
It has to be at least a year
Consecutive
for the true definition.
of menopause.
Yes.
So that makes, I was actually in menopause before I knew I was in menopause because my cycle stopped way before that. I'm just thinking it was just
So
irregular.
you was up pretty
So,
young.
Yeah.
The average
Wow.
age of menopause happens around 50 to 53.
Right.
Average age. But you can stop as early as
I was
45
early there.
or 35.
Because I was 50. I'm in year 10, and I'll be 60 this year.
You're lucky.
Right.
Well, I am
did-
Well, not
53,
lucky, but
and like I said, about 10 years. But I used to have endometriosis very bad too, and I had an endometrial ablation.
Yes.
And I also was told that would be bringing on menopause would be one of the symptoms. So I kind of.
I actually wonder how many people actually do have endometriosis because a lot of us grew up having really bad stomach cramps, feeling sick when your period came on.
Right.
And later years you find out because it takes a minimum of 10 years sometimes to diagnose endometriosis.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I
So
had. But I
in hindsight, a lot of those people, those young ladies, had endometriosis, and they find out later on in life.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're not diagnosed.
Yeah, it's the diagnosis.
It's too much to keep up with. It's
It just
way too
makes
much
you
to keep
wonder.
up with.
You
Right.
think this was all because Eve ate the apple?
Eve was naughty.
Perhaps.
She was.
I just
Who
wonder.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. I don't
Right.
know. I don't
No,
know.
and we will never
All I
know.
know is that we were dealing with it. Though. You know
We're
what?
still paying
Because I don't
for
think
it.
if man, I think, and this is a whole probably different topic and different show, but man wouldn't be able to handle this. Man wouldn't be able to handle this. I'm telling you.
Some of them can't even handle what we
They can't even handle us talking about it.
That's
So.
it. So that being said, talking about men, I think it would serve men well to really pay attention to this, get some information, ask questions, have a conversation, so that it's not just an ongoing battle.
Yeah.
So that it is a better understanding of what's happening at the time. Now, on the flip side of that, ladies, we cannot say, oh, well, I could just say I'm going through menopause. That's why I acted like that. That's why I was being wretched and out of order. Oh, let me blame it on menopause. No, we can't do that. But I think that lack of understanding of what we're really going through, I think, may have caused some downfall in some relationships.
Yeah, which is
Yes,
why I think it's
of course.
important to be open and honest about
And I
what you're
try
doing.
to
Yes, it is. That's right. That's right.
I try to encourage the men to come with their women to therapy sessions,
That makes perfect sense.
so they
And hear it
understand what's
themselves.
going on.
And
Yeah.
they would believe you before they believe
Absolutely.
her. You know, we could be telling them the same thing over and over and over.
And she should
then
sit
the minute
there.
you
It's
say
never
it,
mind.
I told you.
the minute,
I
right,
told
and
you.
the minute you say it, oh really? Oh, okay. That yeah.
Yeah.
So this is great information. Someone else said the same thing. I believe eating too much sugar brings on hot flashes, as well as drinking red wine.
Ooh.
Any
And
type of sweet alcohol.
She said healthy diet and exercise are important. And she said she also finds that washing her hands in cold water often helps her to diminish her hot flashes.
Oh. That's good to do.
She said, especially at night, she washes her hands in really cold water. I don't know. Do we have to put
at this
ice
time,
in
I'll
your
try
bed?
anything. I would try anything.
Ice bucket
Believe
beside
me.
the bed. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she said, keeping her feet cool, the out from under the covers.
That's that one
we
foot.
Know, I think we're all. It's right. It's not feet. It's the foot.
The foot.
It's the foot. Right. So Charlene, how do we just manage this beast and live better lives? You've given us some information already on the hormone therapy. How do we manage?
I think when you reach middle age, you realize that there are so many things that affect your health, and I think that's when you need to start paying attention. So slow down.
Yes.
Exercise.
Yes.
Watch your diet. Sugars, glutens, all that kind of stuff wreaks havoc on your body, not just the hormones.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
Everything in moderation, right?
Everything in moderation.
So there's no cure. Let me just get that out
Right.
of There's no cure for menopause.
There's no cure. We have to.
Well, not everybody
has.
has it forever, so.
No, thank God for that.
Yeah, for real.
So
I've had women
there's
call me
hope,
up and think
ladies.
they're going crazy.
Right. Of
can I
course.
do? I'm going
And people say that it makes you feel like that. For me, one of my biggest things is I have a serious sleep. I don't have quality sleep. So I fall asleep. I can sleep all night, but I dream excessively. I wake up every day feeling like I've been up watching TV all night. And I'm exhausted every morning. Before I start my day, I am exhausted. Because I feel like I've been up watching TV all night. So I went to a doctor and he said, do you dream in color? I said, I'm not sure. I'll let you know tomorrow. And I do. And maybe everybody does. I don't know. I dream in color. My dreams are not black and white. They're color. Really? They're vivid. And I do not have a quality sleep. Ever.
That's why these Fitbits are coming, not Fitbits, they have all kinds of brands.
Right.
Are becoming such a thing with health coaches and people that coach women through menopause, because they make you wear them and see how much sleep you actually get, because that's the quality of the sleep makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, the quantity and the quality, right?
Yes, the quality and the quantity.
So I can sleep. I have no problem. Sometimes I will wake up through the night, but I can fall asleep. I can, stay. But it's not good. It's not peaceful sleep. My best sleep is under anesthesia.
Is what?
That when I'm under anesthesia, that's the best sleep I ever have. Yeah, that's a good sleep.
But do you even know you're sleeping?
Well, when you wake up, you know that you've had a great sleep. Anesthesia sleep is the best sleep.
That's interesting.
But how often does that happen?
I don't know.
Right?
And I don't want anesthesia.
Sometimes I want to book some surgery.
You're going to be on the watch list at the hospital.
I just want to book some surgery so I can have a good sleep.
Wow.
That's how bad it is.
When you travel, you still don't sleep well? See,
I don't sleep well. I sleep, but I sleep, but it's not a good sleep.
No, I don't sleep. If I get 4 hours of sleep
every day, just 4 hours.
Day, 5 is like a vacation.
Really?
I get 4 hours of sleep.
I average on 5.
Really?
And that's good for us.
Right.
No,
it's
it's
bad.
not good for me.
No,
but meaning that's it, because it could be worse.
But it could be worse. Yeah. The other day I got 3.
Doing breathing exercises has been shown to decrease the stimulation to your vagus nerve, which is the fight-flight nerve that revs you up and.
Before you go to sleep?
You can do it anytime. Do it 3 or 4 times a day.
And what are we doing?
Taking deep breaths in, shorter than you breathe out. So breathe in, say if you breathe in for 4, breathe out for 6.
Okay.
There are lots of techniques around, but that's the long and short of it.
Right.
And but you have to really get into the breathing. You have to, like nothing else is on your mind.
Okay.
And that's what I struggle with. Like I can't meditate.
Calming your body down.
My friends walked me through a meditation thing where you just block out, just concentrate on what you see when you're.
There are different types of meditation.
But for people that have a hard time shutting off their brain, and I
me.
can see you being like that.
That's me.
I'm like that too. I have a hard time shutting off my brain.
I started meditating when I was 17 years old. I was one of those people that couldn't shut off my brain. I was solving my math problems in my sleep. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that kind of
helps with that.
And I giggle through that. I giggle through yoga.
I couldn't even go. It took me like 2 hours to go sleep every night. Once I started meditating, from the day I started meditating.
So that helps.
Lights out as soon as I hit
Yeah.
the pillow.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I need to start meditating, but I need to go to somebody that's gonna be able to, because I
We should
giggle.
go together.
I giggle through.
So
it.
that will help
I've
with
been
our
kicked out of a yoga
menopause,
class.
right?
Okay, I'm going with you.
All right, no, let's not. All right, so I feel enlightened. I feel better knowing that there's hope and there's help. I feel better knowing that, not that I want others to be suffering through this, but that I'm not alone. And I hope that we have helped answer some of your questions, made some things a little clearer, and just put some sense behind menopause. This managing this beast.
The change.
The change, exactly. We are going to be right back. We are talking about the beast, managing menopause. Be right back with Grown Folk Talk with Patrice.